And it's Ken Kraetzer for Sons of American Legion Radio, rallypoint.com at West Point. Have a chance to talk to Army senior wide receiver Christain Hayes. Christain, good to see you wearing the Ranger jersey. That's a recognition of a lot of good play on Friday night in the opener.
Yes, sir. We give out Ranger jerseys for people who give perfect effort in the game, and that's something everybody on the team strives for, and it's an honor to get to wear the jersey.
Well, you were a big part of the first half drive. Army went 95 yards, but you made a reverse when the offense needed a big play, and then you had a catch that set up the 3-yard run by Kelvin Hopkins. Just tell us about those two plays, the reverse and the catch that you had.
So usually as a receiver here, our primary role is blocking, securing the perimeter, and we take pride in that. But when we get the chance to break the mold a little bit and affect the game in a different aspect, we take a lot of pride in that and getting the chance to make a big play for the team. And my number was called, and I was fortunate enough to be the guy in the rotation at the moment, and it worked out. And I'm happy I can help the team in any way possible.
Well, you made the play in those situations. Let's ask you about where you're from. What part of the country?
I'm from San Diego, California, a small town in North County, Escondido.
That's right. And why did you originally decide to come across the country to West Point?
So one of my best friends, I went to La Jolla Country Day School in La Jolla, and one of my really good friends, Ramon, he plays soccer at UCLA. His father went to West Point, 85 grad, played quarterback. And as Ramon and I got closer, I'd go over to his house and stuff, and I met his father, and he talked to me about West Point, and he said he thought I'd be a great fit. At the time, I can't lie, I wasn't very mature. I didn't really see it in my future, but I came out here on a diversity visit, and I fell in love with it, and this was the only place I applied to. This is the only place I had intentions of going to, and I'm glad it worked out.
Well, we're glad you're here, and tell us, what are you studying at West Point?
I'm a sociology major, sir.
That's good. My sister's a sociology professor for her career. Great field. And is there a part of the Army that you're looking at?
Anything combat arms. I'd love to go to Ranger School, regardless of my branch. That's one of my biggest points of emphasis. But combat arms, I like to be out there in the field doing things, being hands-on. So anything combat arms, I'd be happy.
Well, Ranger School, we know people, some former players that have gone through the program. Very, very arduous. What's the appeal of going through one of the Army's toughest programs?
Well, as a competitor, like everybody in the Corps and everybody on the team is, that people talk about Ranger School from the moment you get here. And it's something that's just kind of in the back of your head. And as a competitor, you want to go out and really find out if you've got what it takes. So to me, I think it's a necessary school, and I want to compete and I want to try it out and I want to get it done. I look at guys like Steve Johnson and Andrew King and Joe Walker and guys who have already gone through Ranger School, and that just kind of, it excites me, and they set a great example, and I want to follow in their footsteps in that aspect.
I always followed Kobe Miller, who was a linebacker and kind of an overachiever to start second half of the senior year, and then he finished Ranger School, I think, 6 months out after graduation. So that's an important program. Tell us a little bit about what's your preparation like for this game at Michigan. You've been on some big stages before. What are you telling some of your younger teammates about it?
The best advice I can give them is go out there before the game, look around, drink it all in. Nobody can deny the fact that it's Michigan and the Big House is a historic place to play football, and that'll bring about some nerves. But you got to go out there, see the field is the same size as every field you ever played football on, and recognize that it's still a football game you're playing in. Trust the fundamentals, trust coaches' plan on both sides of the ball, and lay it all out there. You play your hardest, and just understand the fact that while it is an interesting game to have a matchup like Army-Michigan, it's not the only game. It's not the only game you've ever played in. It's not the only game you're ever going to play in. So you need to approach it the same and just be meticulous.
Well, that's a little bit about what Coach Monken said on the call this week. Hey, Christain Hayes, thank you for your time today. Best wishes from everybody at the American Legion. We'll see you out at Michigan on Saturday.
Thank you, sir. Have a great one.
This is Ken Kraetzer at West Point.